This video will demonstrate how to create a basic weld sequence program for the GSX by using implicit Ethernet IP messaging with recipe setting and confirmation. For this example, Rockwell Automation Studio 5000 Logix Designer is used, and the GSX EDS file has been installed. The GSX Ethernet module is named GSX in this example. All references to the GSX I/O tags are for the Ethernet module. A subroutine for the GSX weld sequence has been created for the weld sequence program. The GSX input controller tags, ready state, ready position, cycle OK, PB release, emergency stop active, and active recipe will all be used. Also, the GSX output controller tags, set active recipe number, and cycle abort will also be used. Other tags used were created locally. Before the weld sequence begins, the GSX should be in a ready state and the parts to be welded should be in place. All machine safety systems must be active and ready. The first rung uses a weld cycle start contact and one shot to initiate the weld cycle. This energizes and latches the weld cycle active coil. The weld cycle and bit unlatches it. The second rung moves the requested weld recipe number to the GSX set active recipe word. The program uses a move equal step routine to index through each weld cycle step. In weld cycle step 10, the weld recipe number is compared to the active recipe number. This assures the recipe to be run as the same as the weld recipe number requested. When they are equal, the start switch bit is set true and the GSX begins the weld. Step 10 remains true until the PB release bit transitions from false to true at the end of the hold time. Only the PB release bit should be used to open the start switch and move to step 20. Step 20 remains active until the ready state or ready position bits transition from false to true. This indicates the weld cycle is complete and the GSX is ready for the next weld cycle. When the ready state is true, the weld cycle end bit is set true and unlatches the weld cycle active bit. The weld cycle step is also cleared to 0. An emergency stop or cycle abort condition can also end the weld cycle. A watchdog timer for the weld cycle can be added to monitor and clear the weld cycle if the ready state never returns to true. A double pole relay will need to be connected to the start cable to physically start a weld. The relay and cable connections can be found in the GSX manual. To energize the double pole relay, the start switch bit will need to be mapped to the controller's digital I/O output. The GSX cycle OK bit indicates if no alarms occurred during the weld cycle. If no alarm occurs, the bit will set true and remain true until the next weld cycle begins. This completes the basic weld sequence program for the GSX with Ethernet IP. This program and other example programs can be downloaded from the Branson GSX webpage.